born fabulous. And I don't want anyone to make you feel less than.
Now you go into that room and show them who you are. And you be you. That's your job in the bag.
I love you, baby.
First impressions open doors, especially when it comes to a job interview. But not every young man owns a suit. So recently, H&M announced a 24-hour suit rental service to help men hoping to nail a job interview. Very cool. But it takes more than a nice suit to really land that dream job. So today, Hollywood media coach Jess Ponce joins me with advice for recent graduates and anyone looking for a new job, hoping to succeed in the ever-important job interview. Jess, it's great to meet you. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, great to meet you. Thank you for having me. You know, everybody's looking for jobs right now, both students coming into the job market and also people who've unfortunately lost their job in the last year.
Right, it is. You're absolutely right. It's a busy time. A lot of people are graduating, looking for a job. Are job interviews happening mostly in person, or are they over Zoom still?
There happens to be a little bit of both, but I will say that what we're leaning towards or what we're seeing is mostly Zoom. And there are rules of engagement that apply to both that we're going to go through today. But what I want to tell people first off is don't be frightened with using Zoom. Also use it to your advantage because you really can engage somebody really well like we are right now.
True. I think you do. We've all had to adapt to that, but now we are a few months in, so we hopefully have figured that out. You put together a list of do's and don'ts for every interview. What's the first don't on your list?
Okay, so the first don't is don't read your resume. Now, it's really easy to go to what you have on paper, especially if you're a recent graduate, to talk about where you went to school, what your marks were, any internships that you've done. Likewise, if you're re-entering the job market, you can go back to your last job. Well, the truth is somebody's already read your resume. You wouldn't have this job interview and somebody wouldn't be talking to you if you didn't already pop on paper. What you want to do is to go off the page and tell them something different. Don't go to the easy thing of just having it in front of you and reading through it.
Right. I love that. I love that idea because it's so true. They don't need the repetitiveness of it. The next thing you say is to tell stories.
Absolutely. So a way to get off the page is to create a picture or create a movie in the interviewer's head about something. So for example, it's not enough to say I'm a team player. That really means absolutely nothing. However, if you were to tell a story about how you mobilized your student organization to achieve this sort of goal, or how if you were in a position in a sales department, how you mobilized your team to create objectives. What you've done is you've shared that you are a team player, but you gave a practical example and you definitely went off the page. We love stories. We've loved stories since we were a little kid. And the interviewer is, you got to imagine, is talking to several people. So they want to have something that's memorable. So that's a great way to make yourself memorable.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. We really do relate to stories. The next thing is kind of a surprise. You say, don't be fearless. Talk about that.
Well, you know, we get anxious, we get nervous about things that are important. And fear is an indicator that either what I'm about to do is new and different, or that it's scary. And what we want to do when we're doing an interview or when we do public speaking is we want to squelch that fear. Well, what you're doing is you're working against your body. Your body is giving you an indicator, and we talk about this, what is it, fight or flight sort of syndrome, but your body is indicating that what you are doing is important. And if you're fighting against it with this idea of trying to be fearless, you're missing the point. Which leads me to my do, which is to be fearful or full of fear. Because what you can do when you have the fear is you can translate it differently. Fear and excitement show up in the body very similar ways. And neuroscientists have been studying this for years, that it comes down to how we interpret the way our body is reacting to something. So instead of saying, oh, I'm scared I won't get this job, you can say, I'm excited about this opportunity. That's why my body's activating this way.
Right.
So work with the fear, not against it.
Yeah, I love that. I think there's a lot of truth in that, especially, even outside of interviews, day-to-day life, if you're ever speaking in front of people at a meeting or something like that, there's a lot of use for that. The next thing you say is don't fake it.
That's so hard because what we want to do is we want the job so bad that if they're asking us about something that really is off the mark for us, we'll try to get close to it and we'll stumble on our words and we'll try to do something that says, I can do that.
Right.
Rather, I think you can gain better respect by simply saying, that is not something I've done. But let me tell you other things that I can do and how I can learn to do that skill. People really like that because you're not wasting time. And the truth is, this person who's interviewing you knows right off the bat whether you can do it or not by the language that you use, by how your body shows up, and everything that you're doing. So don't fake it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I love that. You say that you should make a connection.
Yes. So a connection is really important because we have to remember that even though it's over Zoom, you are talking to another human being. And that person wants to know whether or not you are a match for that corporate culture. Now, what is great about digital natives is because their life is out on social media, they get it. Now, if you're older like me and Gen X, we had this idea that our personal life and our professional life were separate. But people really like other people and they want to know a little bit about you and even a little bit of your point of view or what you can contribute to the organization in terms of your spirit or your personality.
Yeah, really, really interesting. As we were talking today, we actually had a funny question come up this morning in our meeting before this, and that was, what about the handshake? Are we shaking hands right now? Are we waiting for them to initiate? How would you deal with that?
Well, I think the way to go about it is to be transparent. So first, if you're meeting in person and you've both been vaccinated, just kind of acknowledge it and smile first, because we have missed seeing smiles face to face.
Absolutely.
It is one of those things that we go out into the world and we literally have a mask on. So first smile and say, hey, how are you doing? And then say, may I shake your hand or do you want to do a fist bump? And what that does is it sort of breaks down that initial awkward moment.
Right.
But speak it. Don't try to muddle through it. And if it is a little awkward, that's okay, because we're going to be in this awkward time for months to come.
Absolutely. Just tell us a little bit about your book and where we can find it.
So my book is called Awesome, 7 Keys to Unlock the Speaker Within. And Awesome is actually an acronym for the 7 skills. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all of the great places where you buy your book, both digitally and in paperback.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Jess.
Thank you.